now that all the rows are planted, and I actually ended up putting them a little closer together because I love beets and they're just going to go straight down. And I've spaced them. So instead of 6 inches apart, the rows are about 4 inches apart. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18 rows of beets. So enough to pickle, enough to eat, enough to share. So now I'm just being carefully to not disturb the rows where I plant the seeds as I cover them in soil. I used to just rake over. Well, when I just raked over, I ended up moving seeds around and having them grow out of character or out of row. So I'm just carefully making sure that they're gently covered with that inch of soil. And I won't have to water them today unless by tonight we don't have rain, and then I'll come out in the evening. We don't always get the weather that the weatherman calls for. It's 7 or 8 degrees right now, but it's nippy. It's a cool spring this year. So get these rows gently covered, tuck them into bed. If you see rocks, get them out of there, because even though I went through this, layered the compost and the wood chips and everything underneath to raise the height of the bed, worked hard on these beds this week. Thought I got most of the rocks, but I'm seeing, I don't really think they surface. It's crazy rocks. Just they come out of nowhere. Just you think you got them all. We used to screen the soil. We have a screen to screen the soil, which is a really good idea. But some of the stuff in here isn't just rocks. It's just the soil is clumped. When we moved here, this was a forest. We bought the family property. It's been in our family for close to 100 years, or maybe 100 years even. And it was an estate kind of sale in a way. My sister was the executor and we needed to deal with the property. So anyways, we bought it, not even realizing. We've always gardened, always plant an orchard everywhere, even in the city. Plant a garden. Hey, give me 4 square feet and I've got a garden. But anyways, we wanted to go big. We're getting older, and our retirement idea was, do sustainability. We've always kind of been sustainable. We've had chickens even in the city, but we wanted to go big. So we moved here, and the first thing, I was here 3 months before my husband Eric, and so I bought boards at the sawmill. They weren't B grade or C grade. I wasn't making furniture, so they gave me what was there. It wasn't cheap, and I threw together these raised beds you see, but in only 10-inch high, 6 to 10-inch high frames. We didn't have soil, so after we cut down trees and rented a wood chipper at $100 a day, we raised up the ground a bit with the wood chips, dug out huge amounts of stones and roots, and threw up these raised beds. I threw in some before Eric came, as close as I could to the house, actually over the septic bed, which we had to move them. So anyways, we put in probably, I think I might have put in only the ones at the front, so the 3, 6, 9 beds, and that's as much as we could cut the forest back that fall. And then the next year we did the chicken coop, and so we cut the forest back around the chicken coop, and of course more raised beds. And I brought fruit trees with me. I love orchard, I love fruit, and so I brought fruit trees with me, and I had some given to me as a going away gift from our church and a little small group we had, a little small group, and sound. Love it, love it, love it. Nothing like small groups. It was like a music night, potluck thing once a week, actually alternate weeks, alternate Fridays. Great group of people, awesome times, great memories. I moved here with a lot of people that grew up here and retired back here who knew each other, so they didn't really need to get to know us. They had their community. So Eric and I at first were our own community. Joined the church here so we can make connections with people and have a place to worship. And eventually started a small group here again, only in the winter, a couple months in the winter. But I tell you, I love small group. You just don't get to know people very well, seeing them at the shopping center or passing them on the street or waving at them as they drive by. Get to know them better over a meal in a small group. So anyways, I've just about got all these covered carefully. And the good Lord's going to water them for me tonight, I hope, or even this afternoon. And probably they don't germinate real fast. I'm always watching. I'm so impatient. Just so excited. It's like giving birth to a child almost for me. I love watching baby things grow. Love gardening. But anyways, eventually they will pop up in due time, when it's their time, when the weather's right. And months later, 2 months later, well, before that we can eat the tops. We can put them in our salads. Not all the tops, just part of the tops. You always have to leave some top on the floor, or you'll. But anyways, leave some of the tops, because if you don't, you'll lose your root, which your beet, which you're trying to grow here for food and pickling. There, that's all done. Now I have to make a cute little sign to distinguish between deep beets, round beets, and yellow beets, so that I know. Whoops, so I know what I have here, and I'll keep you posted. Next, I have to replant the corn for the third time. Okay, that's it for now, guys. Enjoy.